855-325-1780. That's 855.
Hi, guys, and welcome to Fifth Street Sports here on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon in Las Vegas. We are on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network, also on the American Forces Network. You can catch us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk. Well, we got a big show today. As usual, it's our Wednesday where we got a lot of great selections and picks we're going to give out. But before we get to that, I'm joined by my co-host, Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick, who right now, look at them too over there smiling. They're smiling so hard right now, they're blue in the face. Speaking of blue, in Nevada over here yesterday, it was a blue bath. What do you guys got to say about anything back east over there, boys?
Go ahead.
Well, Florida was went your way for sure, Frank. We lost both Senate and governor by some tiny percentage points. The Senate race actually might end up being a recount because I think it's going to be within that 0.5%. But the governorship's already been conceded. Both races we thought we were going to win, and they were both actually went off as pretty high favorites. And I believe you had both dogs in those, right, Frank?
Yeah. That's what we were trying to tell you guys, that these polls are very deceptive. But I saw one poll in Florida. It said if they were running a poll between eating ice cream or getting your finger slammed in a car door, it would be 50.5 to 49.5.
Yeah, that's typical Florida polls.
Yeah, like eating ice cream or getting your thumb stuck in the car door would be 50.5 to 49.5, something like that, right? It'd be close.
Yeah. All Florida polls are within 1 percentage point. Yeah, that's a rule of thumb, and I think at this point it's a rule of law.
Oh, well, congratulations. You guys got the house, so we ought to have a really interesting 20. I think all these media companies and these all these news stations, they should send Trump some kind of a residual because he's going to make them. It's going to make it so easy for them in the next year and a half. Don't you think?
Hey, when we come back for the commercial, let's actually talk about betting in the election. And,
sure.
I thought there was some interesting things that happened last night that we can maybe learn from in the future, and we're glad to share that with you after the commercial.
You got it, guys. Fifth Street Sports. We'll be back in just 3 minutes. Stay tuned. We got Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and Frank on Fifth Street Sports. We'll be right back.
Trading involves financial risk. It is not suitable for all investors.
Marijuana has unleashed a green gold rush across our nation. It's creating $10.8 billion in new wealth a year. And every day, it's transforming more and more Americans into millionaires. In an historic event, former Speaker of the House John Boehner reveals how you could become one of them. Join him online for the American Cannabis Summit. Attendance is 100% free, but space is limited. To secure your spot, text JOIN to 44055. This event is the first of its kind ever. John Boehner and an esteemed panel will reveal which cannabis stocks are primed to deliver life-changing windfalls. Plus, they will show you how to become a cannabis angel investor, backing the hottest startups before they potentially become worth billions of dollars. To join American Cannabis Summit, text JOIN to 44055. Attendance is free. Text JOIN to 44055. Text JOIN to 44055.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
You're watching the game when the doorbell rings and a delivery guy surprises you with a bucket of hot wings and a couple microbrews. Yeah, that's the feeling women get when they receive flowers for absolutely no reason. So when's the last time you sent her flowers? Just because you were thinking of her. And if she got your flowers tomorrow, what do you think her reaction might be? Well, you can times 10 that when you send flowers from the Books. You know the Books? We're the flower folks with farms located on the side of a volcano that grow flowers as spectacular as she is. Books are cut from farms and delivered fresh to her so they last. And you know every day she admires your flowers is another day you're a rock star. So send her just because flowers from the Books with next day delivery. Yep, next day. And get ready to be the most thoughtful man on earth. Go to Books.com and enter HERO for your Thoughtful Guide 20% discount. Yeah, 20% off at BOUQS.com and enter HERO. Books.com.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. Boy, yesterday, was Election Tuesday. And I don't know, with my two compadres over there, Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick, all I know is here in Nevada, we had a couple things pass, on the things like right now, I don't think that you need to register to vote. So these millennials, even as lazy and as uncaring as they are, so now just check out what Nevada's done in the last, let's say, 18 months. They legalized complete recreational marijuana. Now the millennials don't even have to get up off the couch after they're high to go register and vote. And then what? Okay, we got a monopoly on the power, so they can just do whatever they want. And on top of all that, we voted a dead guy in Nye County. So I think like Las Vegas is really the Wild West.
Yeah, the dead guy was.
And I heard MGM and Caesars might merge too, Frank.
I mean, what's it coming to? So no, but check this out for like all the new they say 18 to 35-year-olds that a lot of the times they wouldn't vote because they couldn't get off the couch to go register to vote, so it was too late for them. Now they don't have to do that. Now they don't have to register anymore, and recreational marijuana is legal, so now they can just stay high on the couch and just vote. What's it coming to?
Wait, but is there mail-in voting in Nevada, or do you actually have to go in to vote?
Well, I don't know. I had to go in, but that'll probably be next. It'd be like before you could just text in your vote or whatever, Facebook it or Instagram it, whatever.
Well, your neighbor to the north, Oregon, has mail-in voting. It's probably has the highest percentage of voting of any state in the country. It's I think it's a completely bipartisan support for mail-in voting in Oregon. It's a source of state pride for all Oregonians. Doesn't deprive anybody of the right to vote, which I think is a pretty novel concept in this era.
Yeah. Guys, let's go share with us yesterday really quickly some of the good betting angles that came to fruition.
Well, for the most part, chalk won last night, with a couple of exceptions. The Florida, race had an irrational amount of steam, and so did Indiana. Both of them didn't really make a lot of sense. We know that historically speaking, Indiana's been a really hard state to predict. We know also that there's a law in Indiana that prohibits robo calls, so it's a very expensive state to canvass, and as a result, there were very few really good polls in Indiana. With that in mind, it's hard to understand why there was so much steam on Donnelly at the last second. So that was wrong. There was also a assumption made by a lot of people that Indiana and Missouri were going to be bellwether states for the rest of the country, and that we should take a look at how those states go, and that would be predictive of the rest of the country. And I don't know if you were following the live betting, that went on during the evening at various books, but after Donnelly went down in Indiana, there was a huge move on the Republicans in Montana, Nevada and Arizona. They all got bet up to just, sky high prices, and a few other states out west. There were smaller moves, and the assumption was that somehow Indiana was going to be predictive of the rest of the country. We now know that that wasn't the case. That we're basically looking at at a divided map, and we can't really predict the results in one state on the other end of the country based on how a core group of Rust Belt states vote. So I think that was, for me, that was one big takeaway, is not to assume that a really significant result on the East Coast is going to be meaningful on the West Coast. What about you? Is there anything that and also along the same times, there was an interactive market on who would take control of the House, and at one point, Republicans actually became a small favorite around
Wow.
around 9 o'clock Eastern. Again, it was largely based on the Indiana result, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
No. Hey, so now, we just got a bunch of tweets in here because I guess they said thank you, and we'll keep that in mind for the next election. But they want to know, you guys, what we got. Yesterday we laid an NCAA egg, okay, in college basketball. We got our first 0-4. Well, not 0-4, Brian. I think you hit yours, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we got a thing over here because they want to talk more about sports. I don't know why, but we'll have to keep all this in mind for in 18 months. 18 months when the next election is drawing near. What do we got, you guys, on the floor tonight in baskets?
Well, unfortunately, as you mentioned, Frank, last night did not go well in the NCAA. Every game that I mentioned was a double-digit dog, and everyone just found a way to not cover. I think everyone. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I thought we were going to save the basketball for the last segment. I thought Is today not Dog Pound?
Yeah, today is the Dog Pound, but which our producer Andrew over here does not have it ready for this segment, so we're going to have it ready for the next segment. So that's why I figured let's share all of our good basketball stuff here.
We'll talk about some NCAA basketball. So, yeah, last night, you guys were talking about the San Francisco game, which was an easy winner. All the sharps were on San Fran starting in the morning, all afternoon. Didn't matter what line they took, and I believe they went off as around a 1-point dog and won by 20. Is that right? It was never a doubt game. They were winning from start to finish. And Bry had that Southern game pegged against Alabama, which I believe there's one book in the world that offered a line in that book on that game. So if you were fortunate enough to have an account at Westgate, congratulations. Otherwise, I couldn't find it anywhere. But yeah, the games that I talked about last night all found a way to just not cover. And except for Illinois, Chicago, the other two teams were in the game. I thought I had a chance at, stealing one of those money lines, but they just fell short. But fortunately, our NBA last night did pretty well. I know Brooklyn was an easy winner. Portland at home, like I said, was an easy winner. Brian, you had what, Washington last night or Dallas?
I had Washington or Dallas. Unfortunately, I think I had Washington.
Yeah, but you weren't you weren't like really, really high on that. I know you like Brooklyn and Portland pretty strong.
Yeah, those I thought were both really strong plays.
Yeah.
But tonight you mentioned, we were talking off the air, that you really like 3 games tonight, right?
There are a few games that I really have my eyes on for tonight. Starting in the first game being in Cleveland versus OKC. Cleveland's a 6.5-point dog. The public is all over OKC, almost like it's free money. And I'm not sure the public knows that Westbrook's out. I imagine they do, but they're not the same team without Westbrook. Cleveland's had a rough start, only had that one win so far, but they almost beat Orlando a couple nights ago. I really like them here, getting 6.5 at home against a depleted OKC squad, and I don't see any reason why Cleveland can't win this game and get their second win of the year. So that was the first game we were talking about off air. The second game is actually down here in South Florida, Spurs at Heat. Another game the public is just in love with San Antonio. And if you follow the Heat at all, you know they always get up for these games against top quality teams at home. So the Heat have actually moved from a 1.5 to a 2-point favorite in this game, even with all the public steam on San Antonio. And I think the Heat are going to play a real tough game tonight, sneak out a win, and get out of there with a win and a cover. And the third game, which we were talking about, was Denver at Memphis. Another game with the public is 75% on Denver. I know Denver's had a great start. They're 9-1. Memphis is undefeated at home this year, and I believe they're going to be 4-0 at home after tonight. I think this is more a pick'em game, and I like Memphis to cover the 3.5 inning win outright as well as a plus 160 dog.
Oh, that's nice. So we like 3 home dogs, and when we come back, we're gonna do our dog pound. And then there was one other NBA game that you liked a little bit. I think it was Minnesota. When we come back, we'll share that. Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma, Brian, Florida, Rick, and Frank Perez. Be back in 3 minutes.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-426-3569. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-426-3569 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-426-3569 to see if you qualify. That's 800-426-3569.
Hi, Rick Tittle here. You may know me as the sports talk host that can talk about all sports: football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, rollerball. But this time I'm here to talk about pain. If you have pain in your knee or your back like I do, then you should know about the Health Alert Hotline. If Medicare is your primary insurance, then you could qualify for a back or knee brace at little or no charge. I have an old injury from my football playing days, and anything that can help take that pain away and make it more manageable, that has my attention. I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
All right, guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. Also on the American Forces Network. We got Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. You guys, this is our favorite segment. This is because, we are Talk You Can Bet On. And we have some really good stuff. Rick, hey, guys, look at that. You know what that means? It's time for the Dog Pound. This is where we give out our best money line selections for the week from all of us. I think, Brian, you go first this week. Rick, you went first last week. So, Brian, why don't you give out one of your first little puppies over here today?
Okay, all right. I like big dogs, and I cannot lie. Where the brothers cannot deny. I'm going for a gigantic dog here.
Ooh.
I'm going to go to the bottom of the board. This dog is so big, I'm going to need somebody to weigh it for me because I don't have a money line. I'm going to go to game number 215, Florida State. I think this is a kind of a unique situation. Florida State's underperformed all year. I've been against them all year. They're a horribly coached team, but they are a very talented and athletic team. And I just think, this is a unique spot. We're talking about a team who's probably the superior team athletically, yet they're an 18-point dog in November. Season's basically been a wasted season. This is a chance for redemption. Florida State, they have the athletes to pull this off. They're making a quarterback change. I'm still not convinced Notre Dame is worthy of an undefeated season. I'm going to take a stab at this. What am I getting, like 6-1, 7-1?
So I see plus 661. It's about 660. Yeah. That's a big dog, my friend. That's a great Pyrenees there. But my dog, as I go next, my dog is game 210. This is more like a little basset hound. It is South Alabama at home against UL Monroe. I'm going to take South Alabama plus the 200. I believe that there should be up for this game, and UL Monroe should not be laying that kind of a price on the road. So my dog I'm taking home is 210 South Alabama plus 200. Rick's up.
Okay, both solid picks. My first dog is a medium-sized dog. It's game 141, Kansas. It's about plus 330 in the money line. A Sunflower State showdown here. Obviously, there's a big rivalry. I don't think these teams are too far apart, and I don't think we've been able to say that for a good 20 to 25 years. I think these teams have pretty much gotten to the point where about even. I've used Kansas a few times this year. I'm high on them. I did use them last week, and they didn't come through for me. But Iowa State's, a top-tier team at this point. We know that. Kansas State's had problems all year. This is going to be a game that I predict will come right down to the final few minutes, and I completely expect Kansas to cover, and if they win, it wouldn't shock me at all. So at plus 330, I love Kansas in the money line here.
All right, Brian.
I'm going to say, I think you forgot about the 2007 Kansas team. Remember the Kansas team that went to the Orange Bowl? Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Well, exception of that year, correct.
Okay, all right. All right. I am going to go and typically like to stay away from big conferences and elite teams with my dogs. I think there's more value with the trashy lower level teams, but I'm going to go to an SEC game that I think has a good chance for an upset. It's the game 200, Arkansas at home against LSU, who's obviously got to be incredibly defeated after a demoralizing game against Alabama. I think I was telling someone the other day, being in that stadium last Saturday, it reminded me of that movie, The Water Boy, in the scene where the Cajun guy says, "Oh no, we suck again." That was the collective feeling of LSU fans in the stadium, realizing there was no way they were going to beat Alabama. It had to be deflating for everybody, including the players. Now, I think this is a game that this is a classic letdown spot. So I'm going to take Arkansas. What kind of money line can I get on this?
Oh gosh, you're probably going to
get about plus 400.
Plus 4 to 1. Plus 409 at Penny. That's not bad. Well, guys, here, like this next play that I'm taking is I actually stole this from one of our residents and partners, Chris, because he likes this side. But I kind of really like this dog over here. And once again, we're going to try to defeat Florida, but this time on the field. I'm going to take game 193, South Carolina plus 202 to upset Florida. I think South Carolina's got the talent to do this, and Florida's not all that. So I'm going to it's more of a coin flip to me, so I'll take the 202.
Okay. We can go with that. I had Missouri last week in the dog pound. Going to the same exact spot, getting the same money line, and I could see your play here. So that doesn't shock me at all. My next play is game number 149, North Carolina. Same dog as Kansas. They're also +10, getting about +330 in the money line. Same situation as the Kansas game. This game is normally on rivalry weekend, so they've actually pushed it up a couple weeks this year. But these two are arch rivals. You have a North Carolina team with, I believe, just as much talent as Duke. Duke's clearly better at this point. But in these rivalry games, as we've seen over the years on rivalry weekend, you always want to be in the dog. The dog money lines come through at an exorbitant rate. So I'm taking North Carolina +330 also on the money line at Duke, figuring this is going to be another close game. And I love the fact that I'm getting that higher price. I like them to spread as well, of course. Okay. So North Carolina, my number 2 pick.
All right, Brian, you're up. The dogs are barking, buddy. You got to grab one.
There's actually a trophy on the line for that Duke North Carolina game. I'll give you a dollar if you can name it.
No, I can't name it. No.
That would be the victory bell.
Wow.
Learn something every day.
Boy, just in case we're on Millionaire and we get asked that question, we don't even have to use a lifeline. We can go straight to it.
There you go.
Well, Brian, you got some barking. Pick a dog.
I know I'm going to catch hell for this because this is it's also for a trophy, by the way, but this is a very small dog. I generally don't like little dogs. They pee when they get excited. They don't have big bladders. You got to take them out a lot. They live a long time, which is a negative for me. So I try to stay away from small dogs. But this is a team that I actually think should be favored. I expect this team to win. They're only a 2-point dog. So what am I getting? Plus, what does a 2-point dog get for you?
That's a Chiweenie.
120.
Yeah, 115, 120. That's a Chiweenie there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take Texas Tech at home against Texas.
I like that. I really like that. I wasn't going to take that dog because I knew that you would make fun again because I'm always taking home Chihuahuas and Chiweenies and Yorkies. But on this next one, you'll probably be a little proud of me because I'm going to take game 165, Charlotte plus 465. I don't think that this Marshall team should be laying. I don't think that Marshall should be laying Charlotte almost 5 to 1 here straight up. So I'm going to take Charlotte plus 465. It's more in the Shepherd breed here, German Shepherd, that is. So there's no laughing at me for taking home little ones this week.
Charlotte, that's a fashionable pick. I've seen it from a few people this week.
Well, you just saw it right here, brother.
Nice.
All right. Good pick. I saw that Texas Tech game. I love the play too, but I couldn't live with myself if I came on the dog pound and gave a plus 115 dog. So, I know you're going to win, but I expect you to win. But shame on you for picking a plus 115 dog. Shouldn't be allowed in the dog pound, but maybe we'll make a new rule for next week. But it's a great play, and I expect them to win too. But
it's also for a trophy. Chancellor Spurs.
Wow, we gotta put this down just in case we're ever on a trivia game, and they say you got 15 seconds. Could you imagine if we came up with these answers? I mean, we'd have to see Brian residual.
I think Brian would probably know every one of those Big Ten trophies. I think every rivalry in the Big Ten now has a trophy, and I'm pretty sure Brian would know almost every one. We'll have to come up with a quiz show and ask Brian every single Big Ten trophy because I'm pretty sure he'll get them all right.
We could do a show on that someday.
Yeah, I don't know how you can bet on the trophies, but maybe we can place an over-under on how many you get right. That being said, my next pick is going to be game 190, Minnesota at home. This is actually a surprising line to me. They're getting plus 11.5 for the spread, and they're getting plus 370 on the money line here. I know Purdue's been a great team and had an incredible year. I don't think they're the same team at home as they are on the road. I know at home they can play with anyone. On the road, I don't expect them to be world beaters at all. I think this game is not a pick'em game, but I think Minnesota has a very good shot at winning this. And I can't believe they're getting plus 374. So I'm going to take Minnesota in the money line, plus 370, plus 375 range to win at home against Purdue.
Nice.
I don't believe that game has a trophy, and I think we should make like a Fifth Street trophy. Send it to them.
Right.
We can start doing that for all Big Ten teams and rivalries that don't have trophies. We can start making them and sending them out and creating one. Schools would love that.
It's kind of comical because there's a lot of trophies that have been created in the last 2 or 3 years, especially rivalries involving Nebraska in particular. Nebraska, I guess, wanted to have a trophy and kind of solidify their Big Ten-ness. So they created a lot of trophies with Nebraska and other Big Ten teams. It's
well, Brian, funny. you got about 30. Yeah, you got about 25 seconds to get this next dog out, unless you want to carry it over to the next segment, which I do because I got 2 more dogs. Or mine are NFL dogs. These are professional dogs. So
we can wait till after the break.
I like the suspense. Let's just drag this out for dramatic effect.
All right. So when we come back, folks, we're gonna get deeper into the dog pound. Mine are going to be NFL dogs. I don't know what these guys are going to pick, but it's good stuff. Fifth Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick, and Frank Perez. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
See why more than 3 million companies worldwide use Indeed to hire. Post your job at Indeed.com/hire. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Source.com score total visits.
It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Looking for the next great crowdfunding opportunity? Check out Pond Hop, the rewards marketing engagement program for small to medium-sized businesses. Currently funding on Kickstarter, this is a great chance to get in at the start of an innovative way to use social media to grow your business. Co-founded by one of Facebook's founding engineers, Pond Hop uses a unique point system to give business owners a fun way to reward their loyal clients and customers. To learn more and to make a pledge, head to Kickstarter and search for Pond Hop, revolutionizing rewards for consumers and businesses. Pond Hop.
Guys, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. We were at the dog pound, and we still got a few more to pick out over here. There's a lot of barking going on. So I have Florida Rick and Oklahoma Brian. Oklahoma Brian, you were inside the kennel there, so go ahead and pick your dog, and then I'll go with mine.
Okay, so I'm going to stay in college football before I got a couple more college football plays that I like, and this is going to be a really good dog. I'm wrapping this dog up now, to use a Frank phrase. Getting ready to take him home.
Yeah.
I like your Charlotte play. I considered using that, but you took that from me. I'm gonna go all the way down to. I'm gonna go all the way down to game 195, Cal Bears, and I think I can. Can you find me plus 200 on that, Rick?
Yeah.
Is that doable?
I think we can find plus 200. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can get it. We can get. Okay. I think we look around. We'll definitely have a plus 200 out there for sure.
I'm gonna take that. I think this game is potentially a look-ahead game for USC with Notre Dame looming next week. Or do they have an off week? I probably should have looked into that. Either way, I'm taking this Cal Bears plus 200. I feel like these teams aren't necessarily that far apart, and that's my play.
Well, guys, I'm going to the Pro Dog Tour here. This is going to be a professional dog. And that's going to be game 263, Jacksonville getting $1.37 against Indianapolis. I think Jacksonville, it's the second half of the season. I think they come to life. Andrew Luck is going to run out. And so I'm going to take Jacksonville plus $1.37 here.
It's the guy.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think this is a question to both you guys. If they made this line before the year started, what do you think this line would have been? Jacksonville versus Indianapolis.
I believe it would have been Jacksonville -4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right with there. 4.5. Yep.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is incredible to think it's moved. It's not like Indianapolis is beating down the doors of the playoffs. I think they have a losing record. Aren't they like 3-5?
Yeah,
they're both 3-5. Yeah,
they've been playing terrible, but I think they come back.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that play.
I'm just wondering if Bortles is going to be good to go. If it's going to be a Cody Kessler sighting, and I'm not Cody Kessler, but I'm not really sold on playing Bortles either. But I think if Bortles plays, they get the job done. If Kessler plays, I think they're in a little bit of trouble. But I would have loved the play a few weeks ago. That's for sure. Am I up? I'm up, right? All right. My next play is still in college. Game 220, Michigan State. This is about as small as dogs I'll take in the dog pound. They're about a plus 145 dog at home against Ohio State. We've seen the problems Ohio State has had over the last few weeks, getting crushed by Purdue, escaping with their lives at home against a bad Nebraska team, and now they're going on the road to play at Michigan State, who's ready for this game. This is going to be a war, and I see it as a pick'em game. And if I had to pick who's going to win this game, I would pick Michigan State. So the fact I'm getting plus 145 here feels like a bargain, and I'd love the 3.5 too, because if they don't win, I expect them to lose by 2 or 3 points.
There you go, Brian. You're in the pound, buddy.
Okay, you're probably not going to believe me, but that was my next play, and I think I pointed that game out to Rick at this weekend. So. You stole my game. That's okay.
Okay. Well, I didn't know I stole it, but sure.
I'm gonna take a game that I've just seen bet in a lot of accounts this week, and it kind of subscribes to my rule of the dog pound. It's kind of trashy smaller conference teams in a game late in the year where I've seen a lot of sharp accounts betting the dog. I'm gonna go with 158. Coastal Carolina, and I believe they're playing Arkansas State, by the way. I believe can I get plus, 240? Is that probably what I'm looking at there?
Yeah. So about 220 to 240, depending on what your book has. But right now it's about 220 at Pinnacle.
Okay.
Well, here's what I'm going to take, guys. I'm back. I'm in the pro dog circuit here, and I'm going to take my game here, 256, the Cincinnati Bengals at home, getting 216 against the Saints. If ever there was a game that that Cincinnati is probably going to be up for, and the Saints should be a little bit down for, I mean, they're pro players. I don't really believe too much in that, but I think Cincinnati at home getting 216 in this spot is well worth more than 2-1 on this game. So I'm going to go with the Bengals at home getting 216.
I think we all
Wow, I
three
love
agree
that
on
play.
that play.
Love
Yeah.
that play. Wow, what a I think we all expect them to win, not just cover. I think we all expect them to win.
Yeah, I do.
So
I
New
totally
Orleans
agree.
going outdoors after that brutal game against the Rams. This is the perfect letdown spot, and since he's going to be up for this game, you nailed it, Frank. Okay, well, we'll talk more about that game on Friday. I'm sure some of us may have that on. Be talking about that on Friday too.
Yeah.
And okay, so my next play, I'm also going to the NFL, which I rarely like to do, but the same, along with Frank's Cincinnati play, I think this is another super play. Is game 254, Cleveland at home, getting about plus 105, plus 180 in the money line, 4 points in the spread at home against Atlanta. This game's be played in the mid 30s. Matt Ryan, the Falcons offense doesn't typically play well, in these type of conditions. Cleveland's been in pretty much every game this year. Falcons have an atrocious defense. There should be a lot of points scored, but I expect Cleveland to win this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won it comfortably too. So I'm going to go with 254 Cleveland. I think plus 180 in the money line, that one.
Nice pick.
All right. This is the world's biggest dog pound, I believe. I don't believe we've ever had a facility this spacious and large. We're gonna need a lot of dog food this week because there's a lot of mouths to be fed. A lot of puppy chow. I'm gonna go right back to the well. I've been preaching this all year. I bet against this team, I think pretty much every week, and it doesn't always work out, unfortunately. Didn't work out again last week. But I'm going to fade the New England Patriots once again. Eventually, I'm going to win this bet. It's inevitable. I'm going to go to game 260, Tennessee Titans. I know it's a short week, which is, typically the but it's also, New England played Sunday night. It's kind of a almost short week for them. I like the fact that I'm getting, what am I getting? Plus 250 here? 240?
230, really. 230 to 250. But, boy, I mean, you just love to beat Brady and stuff, huh? Yeah, I mean, boy, good luck to you.
He is 41 years old, Frank. At some point, he's
I know that. But did you know that after the game with Green Bay, he actually talked to Aaron Rodgers and says, we'll meet again in 2025, or in 2020, in 2022, I think Chris said, that's okay. We played well. We'll meet again in 4 years.
Wait, didn't Aaron Rodgers date
Brady's sister?
No.
Cousin, one of those.
No, never mind. I have the wrong network. I was thinking of the sideline reporter. She was not there.
Well,
I was thinking of Erin Andrews. I thought you were talking about her.
So you're
right,
going. So you're going to fade the Patriots. Fading the Patriots.
Yeah. So okay. I do want to say on this game that I think that if we are doing the dog pound, so I'm taking the money line. But if I had to pick the way to bet this game, I would actually prefer the points way more than the money line. I actually really like this game, and you'll probably see it from me on Friday in the Pick'em contest. But because our dog, pound facility has so many kennels, and there's a lot of dogs that need to be placed in it, I kind of stretched out my criteria and included this game. Might not normally be a dog pound game for me.
Well, you guys, I have no more football, dog, but oh boy, here we go. Guess who it is right now? It's Rockford. Rockford is in the house. That's the call for Rockford. Let's see what he's got. This should be his 5th selection for the week. There it is. Rockford picks game 212, Rice over 52. That's 5 picks for Rockford. I hope you're taking all these notes down, you guys. We're giving you great information and great tools to make money on. 5th Street Sports Talk you can bet on. Speaking of that, you guys, I don't know if you guys paid attention 4 or 5 months ago when I gave out this dog. But this dog, there's no ball involved. There's no net. There's no court. But this week starts the ever most anticipated thing in the world, the World Chess Championships. I gave out Fabiano Caruana when he was plus 330. Okay? Plus 330. You know what Magnus Carlsen is down to? Minus 220. I had an over $1.10 line move on my prediction. I like Fabiano Corano to beat Coronado. I don't know how completely you pronounce his name, but this kid is tough. He is tough. He's been playing great lately. I think his score is going to be near 2,900, 2,920, which is near Gary Kasparov's score. He's on his game. Carlson has been.
Wow.
And then Billy Donlin made fun of this too. He said he was going to lay the wood with Carlson. Well, since I gave it, it's gone down $1.10. The World Championships this week, first one to 12.5 points.
I have so many questions. Who are the maniacs, first of all, that bet chess? And where can I bet it? Because I haven't seen it.
Oh, look at it at Pinnacle. They're taking big money on this. This is the World Chess Championship. This is really, really a sport. The way it's played, well, I know when Fischer played Spassky, they played the first one to 12.5 points. You get 1 point for winning, a half a point for a draw. So it's like first guy that reaches 12.5 wins. I believe this is so exciting. I know you don't think so.
Well, maybe is it possible that Nick can get us press passes to this? I might be up for going. Where is it?
I'm not exactly sure where they're going to have the. Well, it's always overseas, probably in Iceland or one of those. But
might as well be.
Yeah, but I like Corano, guys. He goes this week. And speaking of another dog, I don't like this dog though. You know what's happening here in 2 weeks, don't you? At Shadow Creek.
Oh yeah,
Tiger versus Phil.
That's a full show. Let's save that for a full show.
That's right.
I'm more curious about this chess. So do they actually have an auditorium with people that buy tickets?
It's huge. I mean, you should see the press behind this. They televise it.
Right.
They analyze the next moves. It's really a big deal. This is the World Chess Championships, and I don't. Here's one thing for you. Just the variables in chess. Did you know that after each player has made just four moves, which are basically opening moves, at that point, there's over 300 billion possibilities after each player has only made 4 moves. That's how intense this is.
Do they each have one of those corny laminated sheets like offensive coordinators keep tucked in their waistband, or do they have to do it all in their head?
It's doing it all in their head. You have no idea how talented these guys are. You have no idea how talented these guys are. They really, they're processing moves. Hey, when Kasparov played against Big Blue, the IBM computer, Big Blue processes 2 billion moves a second. Kasparov's 1-1 against something like a machine like that. That's how talented these guys are. Guys, when we come back, it's 5th Street Sports, Oklahoma Brian, Florida Rick. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan. If eligible, receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits with low or no out-of-pocket cost. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier drug and alcohol treatment referral service operating 24/7. We help connect you with facilities nationwide that accepts PPO private health insurance for substance abuse. If you have PPO substance abuse coverage and you need immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center, call us now. Call our live referral helpline today. The call is free. This program is not available to Medicare or Medicaid customers.
Call 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. That's 800-296-1252.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-535-7789. 800-535-7789. 800-535-7789. That's 800-535-7789.
Attention to anyone that's written a book or wants to write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network. You guys, during the break, I got inundated with tweets, all kinds of information on this World Chess Championship. Let me give you guys the facts on this, right? It starts on November 9th, which I believe, what is today is, it's going to start on Friday, November the 9th. They're already getting all the press conferences ready for tomorrow. It is going to be played in London at the Holborn College. And they anticipate, okay, they have built out a special arena for this with 400 to 500. It's going to stream live. They anticipate more betting on this World Chess Championship than they do many soccer games. How do you like that?
I bet there's going to be a lot of hot chicks there. Do they serve beer?
I don't think so. And it's very you got to be very quiet. Yeah. But it's gonna they built it's going to be at the Holborn College. They completely remodeled the auditorium for this. This thing's going to be huge, streaming live. You're talking about two of the greatest minds on the planet.
Hey
but
guys,
speaking
let me interrupt you guys real quick. I know this is the last segment here, but Billy Donlin had a couple questions. Specifically, what do you guys think of Pitt, Carolina in the NFL tomorrow? And who should he take for some MAC games tonight? Brian, Rick, Frank, make this as quick as you guys can.
Take it,
okay,
take it, guys.
Let's do Carolina real quick. Love the over.
Let's talk about that tomorrow. Yeah, we'll leave all day tomorrow to talk about that game. Tonight, let's talk about the MACtion games. We have two dogs tonight. I think one Miami of Ohio is a 6-point dog at home against Ohio. Toledo a 3.5-point dog at Northern Illinois. As I stated earlier in previous episodes, we usually like taking these medium-sized MAC dogs on weekdays. This year they haven't been so profitable, but I would still lean towards that theory, and I would only take those two dogs, but nothing strong.
There you go, Billy. 2 MAC dogs. How about you, Brian? You're a MAC specialist.
I concur.
Concur. There it is, Billy. Speaking of dogs, I mean, like, no pun intended, we were in the dog pound today, and as far as MAC, take home your 2 MAC dogs today. You heard it here on Fifth Street Sports Talk. You can bet on Florida Rick, Oklahoma Brian. They both recommend those MAC dogs. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, Fifth Street Sports. See you tomorrow, folks, and we appreciate you listening and watching us.